Hi. Okay, chapter 61, Visit with Calvin. Inside the Chomsky house, I am welcome. So is Mooney. Margie is not here. The Chomsky parents are both home from their jobs. Both meet me in the front hall by the door. They say they want to be with Calvin to make a fuss and cookies and all of Calvin's favorite foods, and to help him get well again too. There are no sad to see you faces. They hug me, both of them do. Me. I think about what Calvin said. Sometimes the universe gives you what you need. The Chomsky house feels that way today. I say, can I see him? They say, of course. And the feeling, it is like a birthday present. Simile, right? You know that feeling. They lead me in, and there is Calvin. He is on their couch, kind of laid back, lots of pillows. And I don't much like seeing that there is a wheelchair, too. But he looks like himself, whole and skinny and with his white kitten hair standing up on his head, like it should. He calls Mason, Mooney. Glad to see us. He pats the cushion beside him, and Mooney stands on hind feet, wagging. He licks Calvin's ear, gentle, almost like he's being careful of him. Then that dog climbs up next to Calvin, not bouncy, just calm. He curls in beside him, chin on Calvin's hip. I hand Calvin his tan, sandy shoe. He grins. He says, "Ha, nice rescue." He claps the shoe against his palm. I say, "I'm so glad you're okay." Well, mostly okay. He says, "I'm so glad you saved me." I say, "You are a lot cleaner than last time I saw you." It is a joke, true and funny, makes Calvin laugh. Then I tell him, "I'm sorry I was so dumb. I should have given up the root cellar sooner. Then you wouldn't have been stuck in there all night long, and your leg wouldn't have gone so dead asleep. Must have been awful being squeezed inside the tube like that." Calvin says, "Well, that was the one advantage to banging my head so hard." I say, "That concussion?" He says, "Yeah, I was out cold a lot of the time, or I think. When I did wake up, well, everything was weird inside that tube. Some of it seemed like I was still dreaming. The rest of the time I told myself not to panic. Mind over matter." Calvin sighs. He says, "I'm not interested in doing it again, tell you that much." I say, "Holy cow, no, never." He says, "By the way, you weren't stupid, Mason. We had a pact, and you didn't break it until you had to." I whisper to Calvin, I say, "Still, I feel stupid." He says, "Mason, I was stupid." I say, "No way." He fiddles with the shoe. He says, "You might change your mind about that. See, I was foggy when they first pulled me out, but I've been remembering parts of what happened." "Really? Was it them? Do you know? Did Matt and Lance shove you into that hole?" I stop. I think that is too many questions. He shakes his head no. He says, "It was me, Mason. I jumped into the shaft." I open my eyes wide. I think this. Calvin disappeared. Calvin says, "They were on my tail. And here's another stupid thing. I don't even think I was scared of them. I just wanted to win at the chase, somehow. And I wanted to get to the root cellar, but still keep it a secret. So I had this idea, like a flash. I thought the shaft could be the fastest way down to the root cellar, like the laundry chute at your house. Do you know what I mean?" I say, yeah, guess so. But tell you what, I think I'm too big of a kid to think that up, because I would never fit in there." Calvin laughs. He says, "I had to ditch my backpack." I say, "We found that behind the mousy chair." Calvin says, "I must have stashed it there. I don't remember. But it had to be right after that when I kicked the cap off the hole. I kind of remember Shailene's salad bowl sailing off to one side." I say, "We never got that adhesive." "Nope." So there it was, an open hole. I knew if I held myself tight and straight, like arrow narrow, I could jump and make it down the shaft. But he holds the tan sandy shoe up and waggles it. He says my toe must have caught on the rim of the tube, just that one foot, and all the rest of me was heading downward. So, I say, gravity. Calvin says, "Exactly. Freak accident. All the EMTs and the doctor said it. You probably couldn't make it happen twice. Not if you tried. They aren't even sure how I knocked my head. Calvin shrugs. He says it doesn't really matter, except that I'm curious. Then I say, you could have made it all the way down, Calvin. If your foot had not caught, you would have. He nods. He says, I really could have. I'm sure of it. I think about it. I say, but then maybe I would have found you on the cellar floor, like with 2 broken feet from the landing. Calvin says, maybe. Or I could have landed just fine and had the best story to tell. He stops to grin. Then he says, instead, I got this bum leg. Calvin taps on his thigh. I say, does it hurt a lot? He says, pretty miserable. The worst thing about a dead leg is when it wakes up again. The doctor told us nerves are slow to repair, so I have the wheelchair and a walker. I have to do physical therapy. I'm going to hate that, but they give me medicine. It helps. I say, I'll help you too. Anything you want. I could carry you. And Calvin, you know what? There is good glory because you did win. You ditched them. That and Lance, they think you disappeared. He smiles, tilts his head. He says, yeah, I guess I did. And victory always has a cost. Then I ask him, hey, what did you dream while you were sleeping in that hole? Calvin looks like he's trying to remember. He says, mostly I dreamed about being squished. You know how some dreams blend in pieces of real life? And there was something about the belly of a dog, and I think it was Mooney. Funny thing, Mooney hears his name, lifts his head. Calvin reaches out to pat him. He says, I dreamed he sailed over the hole, over my head, maybe even over the whole entire root cellar. I like the dream. I say, well, he is a mighty dog. Calvin and I pat Mooney's back, his soft round head, and we are quiet for a minute. But then I have something to tell Calvin, the thing I don't want to say, but I do. You know it's gone now. I mean, the root cellar. He says, I knew it would be. He says, sorry, Mason. I say, it's okay. We'll find something else to do.